Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about JUnit. So we'll just create a sample JUnit test case and then build it in the Eclipse IDE. This is a quick preview. For that, right click, create a new project, a Java project. We'll say simple JUnit testing and then click finish and then right click, go to properties, Java build path and add the library. When you go to the library, you don't see any library, just see the JRE. Now you go to the add library. Eclipse provides inbuilt JUnit library. So you select JUnit and say next. And here you have the version, library versions JUnit 3 or JUnit 4. That's JUnit 4. Let's just select JUnit 4 and click finish. So it's added to your build path. And now click OK. Now you can create test cases using JUnit. For sample, we'll just create a class. We'll just say com.source and then main class. We would say this is the main class which has the methods in it which we would like to test. Okay, here we'll just create a sample method, that is public, which returns int. We know sum, it accepts int a and int b. Just a quick sample. So we would say return a plus b. So this is what it returns. Okay. So to test it from here, what I would do is, how would I pass it? I would just create an object main class and is equal to new main class and then sysout m dot sum. Now do I provide 5 and 6. Okay, save it and run it. It's 11. So I'm calling this sum method. Now we want to use JUnit in order to test this sum method. What we'll do is right click on the class, say new, and then you have to say JUnit test case because we are creating a test case for the main class. Select JUnit test case. Here it selects simple JUnit testing, which is the source. You can change the package name com.source or you can create a new package com.test, and then it creates a name saying main class test. So whatever the class that you are testing, it creates a test class for it. And these are the stub methods. Because we are creating a just basic one, we'll just let it to be default and then click next. And then here we want to test which method? Sum. So we would select sum method because select methods for which test method stub should be created. So this JUnit test case will create a stub for us for the sum method and then click finish. So this is our main class test. So what we know is JUnit is first it will execute the @ before method and then @ and then @ test method. So now when we right click and run as JUnit test, it's failing. Why is it failing? It's failing because we have not passed any of the parameters in it. Right in here, in test sum requires some input arguments, that is a and b, which we are not passing it. Now in order to test, what we'll do is we'll create a private variable for the class, that is this private main class. Now we need to instantiate this. In order to instantiate, okay, now in order to instantiate this, where we need to instantiate? We will instantiate this main class in the before. As we have discussed, these are the annotations and this before is executed first, that is in the setup. So you would say main class is equal to, you know how to create how to instantiate new main class. So this is how we instantiate. Now so in this, for the basic ones, we are not using any of these three methods. We are just using the setup because to instantiate the main class. Now we have to test the sum method. it created a test sum method for us because we are creating a sum method. See, when you see it says this is at the rate test, this is what we are testing. Now let's just delete this. So what we want to test, we have to pass it an argument a and b. So what we'll do is we'll just pass main class dot. Now you have the sum methods. Pass some other arguments 7 and 3. Okay. Now we want to test whether 7 plus 3 is 10 or not. So how do we do it? We have to compare the value of 10 and pass the 7 and 3. Wait for the result from the main class, see the return value and then compare. So to compare, we have different methods that we can use in JUnit. One of them is assert. So this is imported when we created a test class. Now we use this assert in order to compare. So to do this, we know what the sum method returns and integer. Sum returns an integer. So we would say int result. This is the result. We know this is the result. Now we would say assert equals. You have so many different options that you can select depending on your requirement. I would just select the assert dot equals the main method, and what is the expected result that we know is 7 plus 3 is 10, and what is the actual one? This is the result. So result is the actual one. We know what 10 is the expected one, but result is whatever we get from here. So now this assert equals compares 10 and result. If it is equal, then the test case is passed, otherwise it fails. Right click, run as JUnit. See here, it says runs 1 by 1, error 0, failure 0. So our JUnit, by using JUnit, we have run the sum method and the test case is passed. Test case is passed when you see green, that is no errors and everything is passed. When you click on this, it would say test sum, how much time it has taken to create and everything. So this is how we use JUnit to create JUnit to test the test the methods. So this is a basic program which explains what exactly and how exactly you use JUnit. So based on your requirement, you access these methods. I hope this tutorial is helpful. Thank you.